The year was 2008 when Yamaha finally woke up from their deep slumber and decided to shake up the Indian motorcycling scene. And the FZ16 was unleashed, which would set the precedent from the moment it was launched. Derived from Yamaha's flagship naked, the FZ1, the FZ16 was undeniably the best looking 150cc naked on offer. It also went on to dominate international markets like Indonesia, Colombia, Argentina and Sri Lanka under the name Bison, to become one of the highest selling 150cc motorcycles in the world. And after launching different cosmetic variants like the FZS and Phaser over the years, Yamaha have given the FZ a much needed upgrade. And in the process they have raised quite a few eyebrows, because the new FZ, or the FZS in this case, is now christened version 2.0, and it actually has a smaller engine which makes less power and less torque than the model it replaces. It houses an all-new 149cc motor which makes 13.1 PS and 12.8 Nm of torque. But now it gets fuel injection as part of Yamaha's new Blue Core technology. And the bike weighs 3 kg less thanks to a new lighter frame. And these changes are aimed at boosting the FZ's fuel economy without compromising on its performance. I have to admit, this is a bold move from Yamaha. I mean, to fiddle around with such a successful formula and to come out with an upgrade with lower numbers is as big a risk as one can take. But here's the thing, Yamaha did something similar with the R15 version 2.0 as well, and that proved to be a masterstroke. The question is whether the new FZ is just as good as its racing brother, and there's only one way to find out. This is going to be a game of numbers, because we Indians are obviously obsessed with them, and because numbers don't lie, especially when you have a champion tester putting Yamaha's engineering to test. So we have the same rider putting the FZ through its paces in the same setting, same conditions, back to back. Let's start with the acceleration test. This is the FZS with the original 153cc carbureted engine making 14 PS and 13.6 Nm of torque. And this is how it goes. Clocking 0 to 60 in 5.3 seconds and 0 to 100 in 21.3. To counter that, version 2 is 3 kg lighter and has a 41-tooth rear sprocket unit for better acceleration. And it works, helping the V2 beat its predecessor by clocking 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds and 0 to 100 in 20.4 seconds. Version 1 is capable of a true top speed of 107 km per hour. And version 2 beats it thanks to its closed-loop fuel injection system, helping it extract better top-end performance where the old FZ ran out of steam. But the main reason for the fuel injection was to fix the FZ's Achilles heel, its pure fuel economy. And this has gone a long way in improving it. While the old FZ dished out a fuel economy of 34 km per litre, version 2 trumps it by a considerable margin, turning in 43 km per litre, the Eco Light coming in handy to make every drop count. So looks like Yamaha have done it again, because the new FZ not only delivers better performance, it also boasts of much better fuel economy. But I'm not sure if that's enough. I'm not exactly sure if Yamaha has done enough to ensure that the FZ, the new FZ, is still the lord of the streets, especially when you include this in the same equation. One look at these two machines and you know that you're in for a battle royale, because it is uncanny just how similar they are. Both sport meaty 41mm forks, mono rear suspension, chunky 140mm rear tires and chiseled plastic tank cover. Even the instrument clusters are backlit in the same amber tone, but the one on the gixxer packs a lot more information, like gear and shift indicator, 2 trip meters and a clock. The styling on the gixxer is more on the sportier side, while the new FZS dons a sharper Street Fighter garb. And choosing which one looks better is purely subjective, because both look really good. The only thing I didn't like about the FZS is the extended rear tire hugger, which though functional doesn't look very good. I prefer the gixxer's 2-piece rear cowl instead, which looks a lot better. But the new FZ's plastic quality is good as ever and a lot better than the gixxer. On the move, both these bikes are really impressive in terms of engine refinement. But having said that, I felt that the FZ did have an upper hand because of his fuel injection, which made the engine that much smoother and his throttle response that much crisper. But when you pit these two head to head for performance bragging rides, the gixxer comes up on top by a substantial margin. Despite being 3 kgs heavier than the new FZ, the gixxer's higher cubic capacity, power and torque figures sees it clock 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds and 0 to 100 in 15.6 seconds. And its higher top speed of 117 km per hour sees it make a clean sweep. But the new FZ beats the gixxer in the deceleration test despite the Suzuki's superior front-end stability, courtesy the stronger bite of the FZ's 267mm front disc. It also registers better fuel efficiency as compared to the 40 kmpl figure returned by the gixxer in similar riding conditions. Ergonomically, both offer a nice upright stance as you would expect from a street fighter. Both are really quick on their feet and offer you the agility required to take on the city. There's a lot of room for the rider to move around on both bikes, but the split seat assembly on the FZ provides more room for the pillion. The suspension of the FZ is a touch plusher than the gixxer, making for a more pliant ride on broken roads. But the slightly stiffer suspension on the gixxer and its sporty ergonomics make it better for carving corners. The posture offered by the sculpted tank, the wide handlebar and the taller heel plates on the gixxer are in fact the best in class. So to summarize, I have no doubt that the new FZ version 2.0 is going to be just as successful as its predecessor, thanks to better technology, sharper looks and of course with this fuel economy woes finally ironed out. But that also means that you'll have to pay 6,000 rupees more for the new FZ and about 8,000 rupees more for the FZS, which is the model which you see right here. And that's exactly why I can't help but be even more impressed with the gixxer, because not only does it offer peppier performance, it looks fresher and brings a sporty approach to this segment while still costing 4,000 rupees less. So while there's no denying that the FZ is a step ahead, the gixxer has taken the entire game forward.